Welcome to the Mel Hurry Show.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Mel Hurry Show. Today, I have a very good friend of mine and also the founder of the Institute of Achievement and Excellence, Liz Batalla. Liz, welcome to the Mel Hurry Show. It's great to have you here.
It's great to be here, Mel. Thank you for the invitation.
Oh, you are welcome. So, look, let's get straight into it. I'd like to
Mm.
hear more about you, and of course, the viewers are going to want to hear more about you and your journey to, your journey about yourself as well as to the Institute of Achievement and Excellence. So, let just go ahead and tell us about
Great. So I have been in the corporate space for over 35 years now in senior leadership roles, lectured across different institutions, academic institutions. I was the founder, of course, of the Institute for Achievement and Excellence. I wrote a book on how to progress for women in the workplace. I'm a level 7 coach, certified coach. And it has been quite a journey to get to where I am now at the Institute for Achievement and Excellence. I felt that there was a gap in the market, and women in particular, it would be beneficial for them to have, all the tools, all the tips, all of the mentorship I had, all of the insight that I had, the knowledge of people I've met, or the reading material that I've done in one place where they can really take a deep dive and level up and solidify their foundation so that they can pivot and move into whichever direction they choose in their professional life. And I wanted to bring all of that into one place, and hence the Institute for Achievement and Excellence was born.
Excellent. So when you say a deep dive, like what
Yes.
sort of particular areas are we looking at here that they could kind of take that deep dive and that path to to their own journey?
So everything, the whole idea of what is offered at the Institute is based on a framework called the three forces in achieving excellence. And what this looks at, it looks at each force contains three life areas. So we're looking at a total of 9 life areas, around which it's a holistic offering that women can really have a good touch point and understanding as to how they can level up across those 9 life areas to create that ultimate work-life balance for themselves. Now, many will say, "Oh, my goodness, nine, that's a lot." But I am here to say that it is not a lot because it all depends on how one approaches it. And if you approach it in a way that's structured, in a way that doesn't overwhelm you, in an understanding that you don't have to get it right, it doesn't have to be perfect, and you don't have to attain all 9 life areas every single day, then it becomes palatable, it becomes doable, it becomes enjoyable.
Excellent. That's amazing. So, I mean, what prompted you to, I mean, there must have been some sort of inspiration. You looked at the gap in the market and then you
Mm.
thought about, obviously your journey. What kind of made you get, I guess, yeah, gave you the inspiration? It's like, right, now's the time to launch this. So, how long has it been since you've launched the Institute of Achievement and Excellence?
I've been working in the background for about 2 years,
Mhm.
and I launched it maybe a year ago. So it's been 3 years in the making. It's a labor of love, and it's my greatest passion
Mhm.
to bring everything that I know to to women who I know that deserve so much more in their lives.
Excellent, brilliant. And have you like faced any challenges? Obviously, being a woman of color as well,
Hmm.
there's a lot of things that we go through, a lot of hurdles that we do have to jump through in
Hmm.
general. Have you kind of faced any challenges, or do you find like this is actually going to enable us as women, or even generally just people of color?
I've faced many challenges. No, some expected, and some, to be quite honest, most of which not expected. But again, it all depends on how one handles their situation. So for me, these challenges usually it's divided into two. Those that are external,
Hmm.
so those that are the biases, unconscious or conscious by other people, and then our own internal dialogue, whether we are conscious of it or not.
Yeah,
We can have biases against ourselves as individuals. And that can be sometimes the more damaging of the two because we tend to believe our voice a lot more than we may believe others. And we also tend to speak to ourselves generally in a negative way. I mean, it's not, a lot of times if we ask ourselves, would we be, would we have a friend? Would we keep a friend the way we treat ourselves? The answer probably would be no. So I would say the challenges are both external, internal, and unconscious or not. And it takes tenacity, it takes gumption, it takes courage to overcome either or both.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're definitely right there in terms of like the internal things that we say to
Mm,
ourselves. We're very negative and very self-critical when it comes to how we perform, how we excel, or even if we do excel, we're like, oh yeah, but you could have done this better, or
yes.
okay, but this person did it better than you, or like it's
Yes.
like we just don't appreciate our uniqueness in our approaches as well. So yeah, so I definitely get you there. What would you say like would be, I mean, you mentioned like the word tenacity and and how we speak to ourselves. What gets you through it, like on a day to day? Like, is there any what kind of things that you say to yourself? Say, right, Liz, you've got this. You're raring to go. Like, what kind of gets you through it?
I have a process that I tend to use of a few, but it comes with experience now. The more someone faces a challenge and the more they overcome it is the more they realize actually they do have what it takes. I do have what it takes to overcome obstacles, whether similar or new obstacles, because I've done it in the past, I can do it again. So one of the things is experience. But overall, it's about building a process for myself that works in almost any situation. And if you like, I could share that process with you.
Yeah.
And so what I look at, what I say to women is, it's almost like a 5-step process. It's not overly difficult. And the main thing when you are looking to make that step change for yourself when you're facing a challenge, first of all, ask yourself this: what is my why for wanting to change? Because once you understand why it is you want to change, and what it is you want from that change, it becomes very easy or easier to remain committed to that change. So, for instance, do you want to improve because you want personal fulfillment or you want career fulfillment? Then you look at the what. Do I have to change a few things? Do I have to modify many things or just one thing? And then in that you ask yourself, well, is it just a tweak or is it a transformation that I need? So that's the first step, understanding your why and your what. The next thing is, I would say, have a realistic plan. And when I talk about a realistic plan, it's just really being authentic and being true about 3 things. One is the amount of time that you have, the energy level that you have, and the financial aspect that you can dedicate to that. Because it makes no sense saying, I'm going to write a book in 1 month when all you have is perhaps 15 minutes a day. You may be able to, but the majority of us can't, right? So that's number 2. Step number 2, have that realistic plan. The third thing I would say is remove as much willpower as you can from a situation by automating as much as you can. So, for instance, you always forget to pay a particular bill, set up a direct debit or set up a standing order.
Yeah.
You don't, you want to lose weight, then maybe join a gym where you have 1 or 2 classes a week as opposed to trying to work out yourself every day. So try to automate things.
Yeah.
The fourth one is build in accountability with someone who has your back, someone who has your best interest at heart. So
Yeah.
you don't share your goals with everyone. You share your goals with those who want to see you achieve it.
Yeah.
And the final step is building a reward. And as women, we tend not to do this part because we're so busy trying to, be there for everyone else that we don't reward ourselves when we achieve our goals. So in a nutshell, I would say 1, know your why. 2, create a realistic plan around your time, energy, and finances. 3, remove the willpower of things by automating it. 4, build in accountability. And number 5, reward yourself. And that can be used in any situation to get you going.
I Absolutely love that. That's amazing. And the thing is, it's like sometimes we'll do this alone and we'll try and tell ourselves, and we hear it all the time, but we need like you said, we need that circle around us, especially that accountability. We need the support, but also these are simple things that we can
Mm,
do. And it's just like what you said, about automation, or get organized.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly
basically
that.
that's it.
Get organized. And it's absolutely brilliant to hear that. So I mean, viewers and listeners of this show, like, if you haven't taken away anything from this episode already, we've already got, what was that, 5 points that you can take away and start to kind of improve your life in whatever path that is. And I think especially for a lot of my viewers and listeners, they tend to come from the creative industries as well, and even like within media as well. So the idea here is that sometimes we think, okay, maybe this is just for, I don't know, corporate life, or this is
Mhm.
just for
Oh
those
no,
that are very career driven. But you can put this to anything,
anything, anything,
absolutely anything, and the
anything.
results you're going to get from that is just going to be, amazing, and you'll see those results, and you're going to feel more accomplished as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I would say if someone is listening and they think, oh no, that is still too much. There is no way I can do that. I'm just not that organized.
Mm,
Then I would say, okay, take this one point. This is all you need. KISS. Keep it stupid simple.
I like that.
Just keep it as simple as you can, because the simpler something is to achieve, more than likely we will achieve it or want to achieve it or remain committed to it. So just keep the process as simple as you can. Do what works for you.
Please tell me you're going to get t-shirts. I would love that. Kiss, and then maybe at the back, keep it stupid simple. I love
Mm.
that. Absolutely love it. Yeah, yeah. If anything, I think now that's going to be a new hashtag, everyone. Kiss, or you can even make it for the full thing, keep it stupid simple, and then do hashtag Liz Batalla as well, just so that she's got a claim on this slogan. I absolutely love that. So, like, tell me about, like, a little bit more around, I guess, really, yeah, I guess the area that I like to focus on is especially around diversity and
Mhm.
inclusion. Um, I mean, what would you say to people that are looking to start up, especially if they're, a person of color, maybe they have a disability, or there's any sort of any uniqueness and difference that is very different to what is the norm and what we see as, successful. You have to be either, white male and, obviously of
Mhm.
some sort of middle class.
Mhm.
What would you say to that person that is really trying to push themselves out there and obviously might feel a little bit inferior?
I would say focus on what you can control.
Mm,
Yes, there are outside forces, especially with ethnic minorities, that can put them at a disadvantage. But as with many things in life, you can only have real power. You can only predominantly move forward when you look at the things that you have control over, because that's where you feel empowered and that's where you can make a difference in your life very easily. And I'm not saying that there are not external forces that can be more challenging for people of ethnic minority. All I'm saying is that in looking at the game of life,
mm,
look at where you have control. So, for instance, if you know that entering a specific career, let's say something like, I don't know, investing or finance or IT is predominantly male, is perhaps predominantly white male,
yeah.
then seek out groups, seek out sponsorship, seek out a mentor, seek out a coach, purchase books online, learn from mistakes of others. You have the free University of Life that's called YouTube. Go on to that. There's so many resources available out there. Go to the government websites, go to other um, organizations or other sites where you can get that help. And some of these sites can offer this help for free. There's so many things that are available out there
Yeah.
that it almost, I'm not saying that it negates, but it almost negates the excuse that I have this disability or I have this disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's not like in our grandparents or great grandparents' time. We have access to a lot more now. And yes, there will always be challenges beyond your control, but focus at least initially on what you have control over.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And then also don't forget to sign up to Institute of Achievement and Excellence as well, because there's a lot of areas that this is just going to cover the 9 areas of life basically.
Mm,
But yeah, no, I absolutely love that because a lot of the times we do make excuses. We will say, "Oh, it's because of this, I can't get further," and sometimes we're creating these excuses because we're scared to go beyond what is, and it's like, oh, I can't do this because I'm like this, but then you could change that. You can do that research, and there's so, like you said, there's so many resources out there. So I absolutely love that advice, and again, it's just trying to make sure there's more people like us, or that are just diversity in itself, to make sure that we are more empowered, and we are kind of, we're going more into leadership roles as
mm,
well,
mm,
which is super important. And obviously, we've got things like gender pay gaps that also need to be looked at. Still, 2024, and it's still, it's still an issue. Hopefully, we're going to get to see the other side of that at some point.
mm.
But yeah, but again, I mean, is there anything else that you find that, what's going to be next as part of your kind of your project and your journey with Institute of Achievement and Excellence? Do you see another pathway of where you're going to come from, or is it just kind of like the focus on these 9 areas where people can use that? Do you see that kind of building any further from that?
I think at the moment, my focus is to get it out there as much as I can, have as many people benefit from the program as I possibly can, because although I have created it in such a way, it's easy to understand, easy to implement,
Mm.
and it's accessible to many because it's online. The thing is, it's a lot in there, and it's a lot that can be given, it's a lot that can be done. There is a lot in there. So I think for at the moment, my focus is not to dilute myself and to ensure that it has my full attention and
Definitely.
I get it out to as many people as I possibly can and support as many people as I possibly can in moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know what? Even I've, obviously I've taken on some of the tools, and had my experience with it, and it was absolutely amazing. I mean, the things that you learn, and you even go into Ikigai as well. Do you want to kind
Mm.
of explain what that is to our viewers and how they could use that?
Ikigai is just one of many tools within the learning of that because there are different master classes. Some of them include my coaching, some of them include portions of the 9 life areas. So if you decide, look, I just want one aspect because I'm comfortable with the others, there is a free online assessment that you can do, and it will ask you questions across 9 life areas, and it will give you a sort of a spider diagram to show your strengths and weaknesses. So you may decide to purchase the program that covers all 9 life areas or not. One of the tools in there is called Ikigai, and that is to help you understand your life's purpose. Because there are many people who, okay, great for you. You're born knowing that you want to be a
Then
singer.
what?
You're born knowing you want to be an actor or an athlete, right? But many of us, the majority of us actually, we don't know exactly what our purpose is. We're trying to find that. And I also say to people, it's okay because I'm one of those people that I have many purposes because I have many interests. And as you get older, with more experience and speaking to more people, those purposes actually may change in the process or
Yeah.
may be skewed towards a different direction. And the Ikigai is just a way of series of questions and different things that you can do to ask yourself, what is my contribution to the world and how can I create a living from that and how can I use that as well to impact others? So that's what it is basically.
I absolutely love that. And at the moment, I've got goosebumps because that's basically what I've been discussing at home, and even with some friends of mine as well. It's about understanding your purpose, finding
Mm,
your purpose, your true life purpose. And like you said, you could have multiple different
mm,
purposes because, like you said, with that experience, it triggers
Mhm.
different things. And yeah, so it's just been amazing the fact that I've been having these conversations for the last, I'll say last couple of weeks, even identifying, okay, what is my purpose? And obviously I'm very vocal about diversity, inclusion,
Mhm.
and, interfaith and everything, which is a huge passion of mine. But like, just you mentioning again, it's like almost like higher consciousness is giving me that message again, it's giving the viewers that message, and a lot of this is just aligning absolutely beautifully. So I'm so glad that obviously we've brought that in there. And again, I'm going to put in the links to your free assessment and where they can find out more about you and the Institute of Achievement and Excellence. So, before obviously we start wrapping up and going into your final message for today's episode, where can we find out more about you and the Institute of Achievement and Excellence?
There are many ways because I'm all over the other all of the social platforms. But I think the easiest way is the website, and that's achievementandexcellence.com. It's all spelled out, achievementandexcellence.com, and that's the best place because at the bottom of the homepage there are all the social handles and access to my LinkedIn account, etc. So the website is the best.
Excellent, lovely. And final message to the viewers out there. So, is there
Mm.
anything else that you would like to end today's episode on?
Yes, I would like to say to your viewers, for those of you who are feeling discouraged or feeling broken in any way, you are not broken. You are not broken. You are where you are, and you are where you are. And that's okay. Whatever you're going through or however you're feeling, it's okay. All that's perhaps required is a shift of perspective and, dust your shoulders off and move forward. You're doing the best that you can. And all that is required for you to do in this moment is use what you have, do the best you can with the resources you have, and understand that even though your light is not shining as brightly as you would like it to at the moment, if that's where your situation is, you're like a dimmer switch. You're not on or you're not off. It's just a matter of tweaking to shine brighter and brighter with each tweak. So hang in there, keep moving forward, and you will get there. I promise you.
What an amazing message. Oh, Liz, I know we're going to have a conversation after this
Yes.
after this episode, but thank you so much for coming on the show and blessing us with your presence, your great advice, and also viewers out there, make sure you sign up. Definitely take the free assessment that I'm going to put the links to as well. And yeah, I know you're
I hope you enjoyed the show. For more content on social media, don't forget to follow at Mel Hurry Films on Instagram, or you can email me at themelhurry@gmail.com. Take care. Bye.